First Samuel chapter 2 from verse 19 to 28. First Samuel chapter 2 from verse 19 to 28. Have you seen it? Let's read together. I want to go with the voice of thunder. To offer the yearly sacrifice. And Eli blessed Elkanah. Who was Elkanah? The husband to Hannah and his wife, and said, give this seed of this woman for the loan which is lent to the Lord. And they went unto their own home. 21. And the Lord visited Hannah so that she conceived and bare 3 sons and 2 daughters. First Samuel chapter 1 from verse 15. And Hannah answered and said, no, my Lord, I am a woman of a sorrowful spirit. I have drunk neither wine nor strong drink, but I poured out my soul before the Lord. Verse 16. Cannot thy handmaid for a daughter of Satan? For out of the abundance of my complaints and the grief have I spoken it at all. 17. And what? And the Lord of what? Israel. Grant thee thy what? That thou hast. What was her petition? She needed what? Now let's see what happened in that same chapter, in verse 26. And she said, oh my Lord, as thy son liveth, my Lord, I am the woman that stood by thee praying unto the Lord. 27. For this child I prayed, and the Lord had given me my petition which I asked of him. 28. Therefore also I have lent him to the Lord. Do you know what it means to lend? Loan. I have lent him to the Lord. As long as he liveth, he shall be lent to the Lord, and he worship the Lord there. Every preach to some persons, tell them how to give loan to God. How to what? Sit down. The woman that was speaking here actually came to give a testimony. She attended a church service like this, and she presented a petition. What is a petition? A petition is a request. She presented a request before God. And what was that request? She needed a child. And the Bible told us in verse 27 and 26 that she came back to the same church and said to the pastor, he said, Pastor Eli, I was the woman that came here last year, and I requested of God a child, and today, as you see, this is the child that God has given to me. And at this junction, I want to prophesy to your life that today God shall grant your request. I said God shall grant your request. The God of Hannah shall grant your request. The God of Hannah shall grant your request. He shall grant your prayers. He shall grant your need. Anything you open your mouth to ask of God today, I speak as your pastor. When you are the grace of my Father, it shall be granted. It shall be granted. It's the same today. It's the same forever. When God says yes, no man can say no. When God lifts you up, no man can bring it down. If He did it for Anna, He can do it for you. Lift your hands and shout fire. Problems are normal to destiny. Challenges are what? They are normal. She was faced with the challenge of barrenness. And the Bible made us understand that the kind of family she was in, because she was not the first wife, she was the second. Benaiah was the first. That man loves women that their name ends with Na. Benaiah, Hannah. Right from the day Anna entered the house, Benaiah was very good at pinning Hannah. Anything that pins Hannah is Benaiah. Anything that pins you down is Benaiah. Who was Benaiah? Benaiah was a woman. She had different children. She had 3 children. And the Bible made us understand that she mocked Hannah because she had no child. Nothing brings mockery like poverty. Nothing brings mockery. What is poverty? Poverty is the absence of what is supposed to be present. Yes, it must not just be money. If you are married and you don't have children, you are poor. Yes, if you are in Istanbul and you don't have residents, you are poor. You are supposed to have it. So why don't you have it? Others have it. You don't have access. When you don't have access to something, you are poor. And she mocked. What does it mean to mock somebody? Let me explain to you. 1, 2, 3, come. This is Benaiah. Come. Let me stand there. This is Hannah. When Benaiah wants to send message, she said, Jude, Ikena, Gabriel, go buy matches. You know that? How many people want that matches? But because she wants to tell Hannah, I have children in abundance. Where is your own? Jude, Ikena, Gabriel, go fetch water. Anna, which one do you have to send to go and buy you matches? Living with somebody who has different kind of clothes, spreads everything on the bed and you are there. Which one I go wear, sir? Which one I go wear, sir? God is not a mocker of men. He's a maker of men. Today, whoever that has mocked you yesterday, they will see you made tomorrow. Look what he said. He said to Peter, he said, follow me and I will make you fishers of men. As you follow Jesus, as you follow God, in a matter of days, in a matter of months, your destiny will change. Your destiny will change. Your destiny will change. That thing they say you will not carry, my God will put it in your hands. My God will put it in your hands. That 7 persons God is about to make me. Mockery. Absence of what is supposed to be there that is not there is what gives birth to what? To mock. Am I talking here? Yes, sir. because she had no result. Some of you are going through all kinds of mockery because you have been here for years, and those that who came before you, they are making it. Whatever has made you hidden your face, today the God of your father, Apostle Justice Suleiman, shall settle it. I said he shall settle it. I said he shall settle it. In the name of Jesus. See that? When I looked at the life of Hannah, I saw process. I saw a clear picture of a woman that understood process. We were told that as a result of the mockery, she started disturbing the husband for a child. She began to disturb the husband. But even the husband could not answer the question. Even the husband could not provide answers to the question. There was a time Rachel was asking Jacob, give me a child. And Jacob said, am I God? There is a limit to which your husband can do for you. That's the first thing I picked there. There is what? A limit. A limit. Your husband can sleep with you, but he cannot give you a child. Cannot give you belly. Children comes from God. How did I know? Ask Mary. Mary was pregnant even without sexual intercourse. Who put her there? If you are here believing God for a child, standing on this altar as your prophet, I create a baby in your womb. Let the prophet in me speak. I create a baby in your womb. I create a baby in your womb. I create result in your womb. In the name of Jesus. That's why I say, I've tried. I've done all this time. And nothing is working. That same man slept with Pinana. Pinana gave birth. And had 3 children. It was that same man that was sleeping with Anna. This thing is God. There are things nobody can do for you. That only God can do. There are things Pastor Desmond cannot do for you. There are things Apostle Justice Suleiman cannot do for you. That only Yahweh can do it for you. And I prophesy as a servant of God that the message of God shall grant your request. God shall grant your request. Father, let the shadow be like thunder. There's 7 persons that this man cannot do, but only God can do. If you must enjoy life, you must understand. If you must embrace success, if success, good success, must be a part of your life, you must understand process. Process is the gateway to success.
Yes, sir.
We live in a dispensation where Christians do not want to follow process, but they love success. They want to drive the big car. They want to own the big house, but they don't want to follow the road that will lead them there. Your husband is not the road. Jesus said, I am the way. There's an adage they say, follow Nuru. He said to Peter, you have been struggling here. Follow me. Look far. You have toiled here. You have been suffering yourself unnecessarily. Follow me. Let me make you. Let me help you. And when you want to make something, it's a process. When you want to make a bar, it's a process. When you want to cook rice, it's a process. Rice does not just come. There are things you need to put in place.
Yes, sir. Talk to me, sir.
If the water not boil, the garri will turn away. Father.
My father.
African chicken is different from Europe chicken.
This is my father.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Chicken when they take injection, take grow. Different from the one when they take pepper.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have you checked it? Their chicken is oh yeah, boy. You understand what I just said? I just spoke in tongues. African chicken, when you are eating it, you eat it with audacity. Yes, you feel every part. In life, if you jump up, you will come down. But if you grow up, you will never come down. My father.
Teach me.
What Anna was supposed to ask from God, she was asking from the husband. Am I talking to you?
Yes, sir.
Ask, my wife is here. I deal with her on a military basis. Military. Our marriage is military. What do I mean? There are things I intentionally turn my back at. And I expect her to go to the closet and look for her own Holy Ghost.
Yes, sir.
Carry your own presence as my wife. I said to her one time, don't just be mama for mouth because you married me.
Yes, sir.
Be a mama with result.
Yes, sir.
My father, command your own respect and value.
Daddy, teach us. Teach me, sir.
Sometimes when I sneak inside a room, how? It got to a level where it contacted the fire.
Yes.
What's that song you sing?
Jehovah.
Where can sing Jehovah? He can't pronounce it. He will just say, da 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 da. A fire that left the mother to the son. Anyway, my children can't be wayward. Not with this kind of disciplined woman I married. Grow! Grow! Do you know that when you don't have a level of maturity in you, even if they give you money, now you will see it won't last.
Yes.
Eh?
Yes, sir. It's true.
I was talking to some Yahoo boys. I know them. They are my members. I know them. I'm not against you. I'm for you. We came for you.
Yes.
Jesus did not come for
Righteous.
the righteous. He came for the unbelievers. We came for you. The more we keep talking to you, the time. This is my advice to them. How can you, for instance, you hammer, let's say, $50,000. If you convert it to naira, it should be how much? 19 million naira to sing. Huh? My brother, is 19 million naira not enough for you to stop crying and fix your life and do something legit? But because they lack the maturity on how to multiply the little they have, they spend it anyhow and go back to the same matter. Eh? Give me 10 million. And I don't change. I know what business strategies to, I know things to put it. But because you have not grown up, you didn't grow. So you don't know what to do with it. So there are things that man cannot do, that only God. Am I talking to somebody?
Yes, sir.
So we're told that every day this woman was going through mockery from Penina. She was going through all kinds of mockery. When she wants to send someone message, she can't call the children of Penina. Because she tries it, Penina will say, go and give birth to your own. When she saw that she had turned to the husband and nothing happened, the Bible told us that she turned to God. She did what? Turned to God. Anytime you turn to God, it automatically becomes your turn.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm not talking about coming to church. I'm not talking about coming to pastor. I'm talking about having a personal revelation of who God is. Jesus gathered the disciples and said to them in the meeting, who do men say I am? One was saying you are Elijah. They say you are this. They say you are right. I've heard it before. But who do you say I am? You have been following me. Who do you say? You know there are people in this church they've been here for since I came and they still don't know me. Eh? They still don't know me. There was a time they said that Papa, after preaching, he vanished. I said, how? Not with the altar when they sit down. You preach, finish. Drop my come down. They said they vanished. And some members, but they bought their desk. No, true. People are saying, no, true. If we close eye, we say we'll close eye. Before we open eye. Then they see again. Who do men say I am? Now, who do you say I am? What's your revelation about God? You are coming to church. Good. What's your own relationship with this God? How close are you to Him? How close? How close are you to God? Your relationship with God is what determines God's sponsorship.
Yes, sir.
If you want sponsorship from God, have a relationship with God. That's why we came up with this intimacy service, to build you, to inculcate into you a relationship mindset. Ability for you to spend time, stay with God without any distraction. Am I talking to somebody?
Yes, sir.
Without distraction. You have a personal time for God. A personal that when that time comes, you don't joke with it. You don't play with anybody. You switch off your phone. I remember I was discussing with Brother Samuel, and he told me, was it a day before intimacy service? You said you fasted, you off your phone. No distraction. It is me and God. You can't know God and people will not know you.
Yes, sir.
He said to Daniel, thou know their God. They shall do exploit. This year, you will know God and you will succeed. You will know God and you will do exploit. Lay your right hand on your head and say, Father, help me to know you. I want to know God for myself. And when she called to God, she understood that this God does not mock people like men do. Rather, he makes them. God is a recycler. You know he's a recycler? Huh? Do you know what's a recycler? Eh? Something that is useless. He takes it and make it useful. God can take the rejected and make them popular demand. This was the same God that took David from the bush and placed him in the palace. This was the same God that took Esther and Orphan and placed her in the palace. This was the same God that took Jabez and made him honorable. This was the same God that took Jephthah and made him a leader. Am I talking to somebody? And today, this same God will take somebody here and make them useful in life. I said God will make you useful in life. In the name of Jesus Christ. I'm talking about a God that can take a bucket and use it to fetch water just to humble the basket. Sorry, just to humble the bucket.
Okay.
God is a specialist in taking nobodies and making them somebody. Who was Apostle Joseph Suleiman 15 years ago? Who was Apostle Joseph Suleiman 10 years ago? But today, from nobody, someone shall nobody sobodo. And God said, Hannah, come, let me help your life. We were told that one gave birth to that revelation of having a relationship with God was the mockery. Sometimes there are things, there are actions we will not take until somebody mock us. Look at somebody say, mock me.
Mock me.
So that God can make me. Say, bros. I beg, mock me. So that God can help my life. Sometimes somebody needs to. My man is back. Stand on my back. Push me a little. Now, wait, hold on. I want to go forward. 2006, I want to go forward. 2007, I want to go forward. 2008, I want to go forward. Is he going forward? No. Somebody needs to push me. Push me. What happened? A king came out one day. He had a very beautiful daughter. But no man was coming. And he came out and said, I'm going to give half of my land. Just the same way Saul did. Because Saul knew the daughter had no character. No man was coming. So what do I do? Let me use gift to give. It was Saul's daughter, the same Saul's daughter. When David was praising God, she came out and say, why are you dancing? Very bad character. Mannerless.
Mannerless must come.
A lupicious kind of lady.
Father.
If you see Saul's daughter, very beautiful. She had front, she had back. But she can't cook. She can't wash clothes. Oh, my legs, my legs, my legs, my legs, my legs, my legs. That's all say there. You are of age. You need to marry. And so came out. Call everyone and say, anybody that can keep Goliath, you will marry my daughter. People will not concerned about the daughter. And you will get half of the kingdom. So the king said so. And the man who had been desiring property for a long time said, hey, let me try. So what was the assignment? There was a crocodile pond. And the king asked, anybody that can enter this crocodile pond, swim around it 3 times and come out alive, marries the daughter and gets the gift. And the young man was afraid. Stood close to the pond and was looking at the crocodile. He was telling the uncle, now I best enter this one, don't finish. The uncle said, enter. He said, uncle, how? The uncle said, well, you like the property. You like the kingdom. Don't you want to reign in life? He said, yes, I want to reign. I want to reign. But and the uncle said, since you want to reign, I need to help you. And the uncle pushed him. As he entered, then I can't do 1, 2, then I said 3, and he jumped out. And when the man jumped out, he said, uncle, thank you for pushing me. I came to push someone in this house. As I push you, I want you to jump. He pushed you, oh Jesus. That activates prayer. There are some pushing that makes someone wants to fast. You lock yourself indoors. You are fast for the first time. I had some people say yesterday, so I've never fasted 6 to 6 successfully before. But thank God for yesterday. That is what I'm talking about. I like to speak to somebody. Sometimes God allows people to push us so that we can grow. Am I talking to you?
Yes, sir.
We can grow. There was a level my mother talked to me. My mom started inculcating some kind of things inside me from 16 years. When it was 18, I left my father's house. Since I left, I've not returned. 18 years. See your mate. See your mate. That word. Look at you, you are useless. I say, don't worry, I will prove to you. I'm not useless, I'm useful. So anytime I want to go astray, I remember the vow I've made to my mom. I must be useful. The first time I brought 100 euro to her, that was when she let me down and my father. But they were not agreeing to the call of God in my life. But when I brought 100 euro, my dad asked me, how you take it out? I said, a Bible. He said, Bible. A Bible. He said, take. He said, for me. I said, kneel down. Today, this Bible will preach it to them. Let somebody turn to God. Anytime man push you, it is so that you can turn to God. Am I talking to somebody? It is even better to have people who push you than to have people who pet you. In poverty, they are petting you. Drink me, drink me. Oh, take me the bottle. Oh. Sometimes your roommates will be able to challenge you. When will you start contributing to the pain of rent in this house? You stay at home morning till night. You don't do anything. You need such talk sometimes to as a propeller. You need what's like firstborn for nothing to pop sense into your head. My brother love fight. He spent nearly half of his life fighting. When you see all his body, mark head everywhere. I told you they come to rent him. Some of you understand what I'm saying? When there is a quarrel in the next street, first to pay. He makes money from fighting. And he's also very good at crying in burials. Burial ceremony. He's not related to them. Very funny person. He's not related. They will just say, come and cry. Don't and my father will see him. Who died? Are you related to the family? No. What is your problem? See, you don't understand, sir. He don't die. He don't die. Serious tears. When I bought my first car, I drove it home. My father called him. He said, come, that's your younger brother. If you continue like this, you'll be a servant to me. I said, not true. So I wake up. Some things is to challenge you. Am I talking to you?
Yes, sir.
Be challenged. And she turned to God. Anything you do outside God will not work.
Yes, sir.
She turned to the husband, nothing happened. Because that was not what she was supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
What she was supposed to do was to turn to God. And the Bible made us understand that the mockery gave birth to a vow. What was a vow? Father, I am tired of this condition. If you give me a child and put an end to this shame, I will give him back to you. There are some prayers that provokes instant result.
Yes, sir.
God is tired of hearing, oh God, do it, oh God, do it, oh God, do it. God wants to hear, Father, do it. And this is your share.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Try what I'm saying. Just say, Father, do this thing. This is your share. I see what will happen now. And we're done. When she made a vow, in 1 Samuel chapter 2, from verse 27, she came back after the vow to the same church and said to the prophet, I made a vow. And I've come with the result. I said in my prayers that if God can give me this child, I will give him back. And the Bible told us that she lent it to God. She did what?
Lent it to God.
She loaned it to God. Say God, full human being, take God as loan. To loan somebody means to borrow the person. Say God, take, use her. And pay back later. When Jesus, in Luke chapter 5, when Jesus came across, the Bible told us that he saw two empty boats. Two empty boats and entered one. And the boat happened to belong to Peter. Listen to me, you can't enter somebody's boat without somebody's permit.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's to say, a conversation went on that was not recorded. And Peter said, okay. Because there were two boats. So why did he not enter Peter's one? Because Peter was the one that agreed for him to enter. You can't give God your boat and end up a boat.
No way. Yes, sir.
Then the boat, and the Bible told us, we know the end result of that scripture. Peter enclosed multitude of fishes. The first way to give God a loan is to provoke him by making a vow. By making what? One time somebody came to me in the church here and gave me $3,000. I said, sir, I want to assist the church. I said, to me it was strange. $3,000. That was the first time I received $3,000 as a pastor in my house. I wouldn't lie to you. It won't reduce me. If the person could recall. While I was looking at, he don't understand why they. I decided to count it. Oba, it's complete. I said, how? He said one thing. He said it was a vow I made. So I told God when Apostle Joseph came. How many of us can remember when Papa came here to this home? He said, make a vow. You have forgotten? He said, make a vow. Between now and 2000, Father, if you can do this, this is what I will do. That is it. That's what God wants to hear. Not those your dry prayer. Prayer without benefit. Oh Lord, let, do it for me. Do it for me. Do it for me. Oh, Pastor, pray for me. There is a contract I'm expecting. That's all I want to hear. So there is a contract I'm expecting. If it happens, this is what goes. Why would I pray? I will lay leg. I will hold you like this. God always wants to know that he's part of the share. He wants to be a shareholder too in the blessing. You think that God will bless us? You also bless God. Father, I bless you.
Yes, sir.
She made a vow and she came back and said, I would not say because it is a child. I would not say because he is my flesh and blood. I wouldn't. You know what it means to give a baby. The only child, because you want to redeem vow. This is hard though, it's difficult. Eh?
Yes, sir.
Say, Father, give me picking. If you give me, I'll give you back. She came back. We are in a dispensation of where people make vow, but they don't redeem it.
Yes, sir.
When the thing happens, the vow becomes too big. No. Father, can I give you something else? I went to preach in Kwara State. I was preaching and I walked to a guy for the first time. I called out the plate number and said, it's my car, sir. I said, it's your first car. He said, yes, sir. I said, God says it's your first fruit. You say, sir? Say, pardon, sir. I said, God says your first fruit. Why did you do that? He says, sir, I'll think about it, sir. Thinking about it. 1 month, no. Think about it, 2 months, no. Think about 3 months, no. The fourth one, the pastor called me.
Like had an accident with the car and died. I'm talking about an instruction given from God to you. Am I talking to somebody?
Yes, sir.
People are very good at making vow, but they forget to redeem when they get it. Mama told me that there are some people in church, they get their testimony, they get breakthroughs on daily basis. But I don't see them. How many lepers did he heal?
10.
How many came to say thank you? That's the world we are living in. They are stressed. How can I tell pastor that I just hit $5,000? You will not ask for that. Yo, I will not go. I hit $100,000. Tithe $10,000. If I pay tithe, that's sufficient. I give a prophet also. And before you know it, $30,000 out of it. No! No! So wait now. Omas. Can you say when the Turkish man start doing, those know that is impossible. Eh? It was
Impossible.
Omas. Which one be Omas again? What am I trying to say here? Do not appear before God because don't use it your pain to not make a vow that you know you are not going to reply.
Yes, sir.
Let me just use pray for God. If you just do it, I just disparate. Until you give God a notion that He is a shareholder of His blessings upon your life, He will not give you the motion needed to reach your destination in life. Give me a notion. Father, when this thing comes, you are part of it. When this thing comes, your work is part of it. The growth of the kingdom is part of it. Until God knows you have Him in heart, He cannot argue in His act. Until God knows that you have Him in heart, He cannot argue in His act. Somebody came to me, was it last 2 weeks? Last 2 weeks or so. He said, sir, somebody's holding my $250,000. Told her what? He said, pray, sir. You know, they released it. I laid hands on him. I prayed. He said, sir, I want to release it. I'll come back. Last week I was the one calling. How far? They never released her. He said, oh, daddy, I forgot. They released it. But I'm in Nigeria now, sir. The human part of me I feel like. Because even me I don't calculate what you go to God, or what you go to prophet. I said, you are in Nigeria? I said, yes, sir. I said, enjoy. What I want to say, Papa no here. I go settle. Stop using God as an instrument. Start using Him as a father. We have users. Until you start seeing God as family, you can never come out of family. of my wealth. You are part of whatever comes out of me. David said in Psalm 23, the last verse, I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. This was a wealthy man talking. He had wealth. But he had God in mind. Why would God say this is a man after my own heart? There was a man called Jonah. When you read Jonah chapter 2, verse 9. Inside the belly of the fish, when he discovered he was about to pass out, he made a vow. And what happened? Jonah chapter 2. In the belly of the fish, that's what he said. When God had that, he commanded the fish to vomit it. I'm talking to you on the power of vow. Leviticus 27, from verse 1 to 25. The Bible made us understand that Moses said, when a man makes a vow to the Lord, he is valued. When a man makes vow to the Lord, he is what? He is valued. Nothing commands divine value like human vows. What makes it a vow is not just saying it. What makes it a vow is saying it and doing it. Saying it and fulfilling it. That's why he's called the covenant keeping God. When he agrees to do this thing, he do it. Genesis 28, verse 20 to 22. Jacob made a vow, saying, if God will be with me and keep me in this journey and take me to my destination safely and give me food. And Jacob vowed, church, read now, and what? To my father's house in peace, then shall the Lord be my. Now this is his own part now. You can see it's in two parts. Go back to the preceding verse where. Go again, 20. You will put your name in Jacob. Slowly, won't you go? That's what. Say now. This is what you want. If God will be with me in Turkey and will keep me in this way that I go in Turkey and will give me bread to eat. What is bread? Food. And clothes to put on. 21. So that I come again to my father's house in peace. You will not come to abroad and go half. Amen. You came here complete, you are going back complete. This was his own vow now. 22. And this stone which I have set for a pillar shall be God's house, and of all that thou shalt give me, I will surely give thee tenth unto thee. And God said, sis, I agree, no problem. God said, I agree. I will play my part, but make sure you play yours. Jacob said, God, if you can do this for me, this is what I will do. That is the kind of mindset you use in approaching God. God is a businessman. Or is a business God. You want to make profit, he also want to make profit. Not only you. When I say, Father, give me a child, give me a child, give me a child. Don't say, you go dead there, you go tire. Tell me what I will get if I give you a child. And then I say, no problem. If you give me a child, I'll give back to you. Oh, you guys are talking. Oh, yeah, angel. Go and give her a child. And when you fail to redeem your vow as promised, it kills the blessing.
Yes, sir.
It kills what? Numbers 22, verse 2. The Bible told us Israel made a vow. Judges 11, verse 30. Jephthah made a vow. 2 Samuel 15, verse 7 to 8. Bring that scripture for me. 2 Samuel 15, verse 7 to 8. 2 Samuel 15. Even a rugged, rough Absalom, a rebel. What did he say? After how many years? After how many years?
40 years.
That Absalom said unto the king, I pray thee, let me go and pay my vow which I have vowed unto the Lord in after how many years? Because he discovered his life was unstable. And he remembered that he made a vow. It doesn't matter how long it takes until you redeem a vow. Is a curse. He said, please release me. Let me just go to Hebron, redeem the vow, and come back. That is why I beg people, don't say what you can't do because you are in pain. Because it is dangerous. It is horrible. It is perilous. It is hazardous.
Spoke it.
It is chancy. It is joapados.
Okay.
It is cacophonically inclined.
Right on.
For you to make a vow, stand before the altar of God, make a vow and not redeem. Huh? Look at someone by your side. Let you made a vow. You redeem it. Deuteronomy 23, verse 21. Read it up. Fast. Deuteronomy 23, verse 21 to 23. Let's read everybody. 1, 2, go.
Thou shalt vow a vow unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not slack.
Thou shalt not delay, thou shalt not slack to pay it. For the Lord thy God will surely require it of thee, and it will be seen. Don't delay. Quickly. Play your part. So the first way to give loan to God is what? Is to what? Make a vow. Number 2 ways to give loan to God is when you give to the poor. God does not like to be a debtor. So when you give him a loan, he must pay back. How did he pay Hannah back? Blessed her not with Samuel. Samuel was the vow. After she redeemed Samuel, if you look at Samuel's life, Samuel grew up in the church. Now from house, the mama go cook, come give her for church. Stayed all his life in. Who person wey stay church? He grew for church. Why not be prophet? Samuel was the vow. When she redeemed the vow, God now said, because you have now redeemed the vow, take 5 children. And the Bible told us how many children Shina had? 5. How many boys? 3 boys and 2 girls. Anytime you redeem a vow, you have just applied for multiplication. God said, because you have redeemed Samuel to me, as you promised, take 5 children.
people who are believing God for the fruit of the womb now have to access God for the fruit of the womb. This is a business between you and God. Even Apostle's wife, only there was a time she needed, before Ebenezer came, she needed a boy. She took a seed and gave to the husband. That is a woman that understands my husband at home is different from my husband in church. It's a prophet. I know you are my husband, but I'm talking to the prophet in you. Eat this seed. I need a male child. You are my husband. I have seen God use you to be a blessing to people. You take over familiarity. She was not familiar with the grace. I know say you my husband, I see you every day. But that thing in you, I respect it. Let that thing, let the prophet in you help my life. Amen. There is the husband part of apostle, and there is the prophet part.
Yes, sir.
And the prophecy part only responds to seed. Respond to what? Seed. Only your seed can meet your need. For so many years, Papa was dying to see Bishop David Oyedepo. To just let me just shake this man. No access. One day he was watching in an hotel in Lagos, and he heard that Oyedepo was in the next room close to him. And he dressed up himself already prepared. He said he gathered all he had. And dressed up himself and held it, and he was waiting for the bishop to come. And the protocols came, and knocked the door. Bishop came out. You know protocol now? They are very annoying. They are very so annoying. Thank God was only about but I thought when you see Brother Ife's face that time, they are, no, it's their job. They don't laugh. See this one now. Doesn't laugh. That is their job. Protocol. Come. Come. This is Bishop Oyedepo. Protocol. See that? They are never blessed. They won't allow somebody that want to be blessed to have access. Okay, come on for road, make I see Bishop. Okay, you go see him. You get the anointing. But not all protocol. Some are blessed. I know the value. Protect him. And he came out. Bishop, do the work of the protocol. Bishop, sir. That is sir. Go and sit down. You are too low. Thank God. Three of you come. Come, Clem, go. And go sleep. Pidgin English. Come out here. Only just give me something that looks like. Just give me your book. Bishop, sir. Bishop. One grace, Daddy, sir. Daddy, one grace, sir. One grace, Daddy, sir. Please, Daddy, I want to see you, sir. Please, sir, let me see you. Please, my brother, I beg you. Daddy, sir, I have a seat, sir. I have a seat, Daddy. I have a seat. You have a seat, and I will not tell a party to open the door. Is he mad? From right now, why don't you open the door? Why? Are you having any progress? Seed breaks protocols. Seed gives you speed. You want God to answer you instantly. Tell him what he wants to hear. Let your prayer come form of a vow. If you can do this for me, I will do this for your work. Give to the poor. Proverbs 19, verse 17. When you give to the poor, you are giving God a loan. Oh my God, that's how we close to it today. What's happening? Can I call the messenger? Huh? Proverbs 19:17. What did he say, everyone? Everyone, let's read. Let's read. Where to go? Lend them to who? And that which he has given, will he pay him again? Any sacrifice you make to God is a loan that he will surely pay you one day. When they say we want to do this in church, and you come out and say, Pastor, this is my support. Is a loan. It's not free. When you see the poor among you and help them, the Bible says you are lending to God unknown to you. When you give to the poor, you are not only lending to God, but you are signing a contract with God for prosperity. When you give to the poor, it automatically grants you immunity against poverty. You can't be like who you are giving to. When you give to the poor, you can't be poor. When you open your heart to giving, angels fly to your door. The wise philosopher said, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. It is true that we can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone.
Yes, sir.
Hebrews 13, verse 16. He said, do not neglect to do good. Do not neglect. Hebrews 13, 16. Do not neglect to do good. What did he say? Everybody want to go. Forget not. But with such sacrifices, God is pleased. Luke chapter 3 from verse 10 to 11. Luke 3 from verse 10 to 11. I'm giving you scripture so that you understand that these things I'm saying, they are biblical. Look. If you don't have Luke, look at me. Luke 3 verse 10. What did he say? And the people asked him, saying, what shall we then do? He answered and said unto them, he that had 2 coats, let him impart to him that had none. And he that had meat, let him do likewise. Get somebody, give to the poor. Give to the poor. Who is a poor man? A poor man is somebody that don't have. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 27 to 28. It says, use your hands to work. And when you make money after work, remember the poor. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 27. Then go to 28. Let him that stole steal no more, but rather let him labor, working with what? The things which are good. The things which are good, that he may have to him that needed. So you see, you are not actually commanded to work for yourself alone. You are also commanded to work for the good of others. Anytime you have, remember. I'm not talking about just your relative. Remember outsiders. Remember what? Access. Most of the footballers who are frustrated today and nobody is ready to help them is because when they were in money, in plenty, they didn't remember anybody.
Yes, sir.
Trace their background. They didn't remember anyone. How will God repay you? How? When you give God a loan, and we were told in the book of Proverbs that whatever we give, Proverbs 19, verse 17, that whatever we give, God will what? Repay it to us again. But not in the same measure to which we gave, but in double measure. So how will God repay me? So you are saying we should give God loan. But how will he now repay us? Number one, where God will repay you, he will pay you. Or he will repay it to your children and generation to come. 2 Samuel chapter 9, verse 3. Is there anyone left in the house of Saul that I may show kindness? This was David talking. As at this time, David, God has helped him. In the same way, God is going to help somebody in this morning service. Yeah. What did he say? And the king said, is there not yet any in the house of Saul that I may show the kindness of God unto him? And Ziba said unto the king, Jonathan hath yet a son, which is named. Now, let me tell you something that's very striking there. Who was Jonathan? Jonathan was the son of King Saul. As at then, the king was in power. He had money. Are you getting what I'm saying? They were well to do. And as at then, David was a bush boy. He had no money. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
He had no what?
Money.
Who had money then?
Saul.
And Jonathan was the son of Saul. May the prosperity of your father not make you arrogant. Yes. Man. I read a news yesterday how the President Mugabe's wife broke somebody's head in South Africa and ran back to, is this Zimbabwe? How many of you know the story of Charles Taylor, Liberian president? Eh? You know what happened to him? You know that they beat him. And now he's where? He ran to Nigeria. Eh? To your state. No, mind who you offend when you have money. Because this life is funny.
Yes, yes, sir.
If you change today, don't change it. Stop being braggadocious because of one peanut you have. Only one sickness hits you. Be careful. Be humble. In your prosperity, be humble. What did David say? He said, he makes me lie down. How can you carry a king and lie him down? That's it of humility. In his riches, he still respected God. Some people, little money, they no longer respect their pastor. I wanted to connect that guy went to meet in you can see pride. I also connect somebody to something. I said, okay, where's okay? You saw me and that guy now at hotel. We're talking. Very proud. When he came, the way he was carrying, I said, what did this one they carry? One bullet you are coming.
What's your name? Yes. So, okay. I said, sir,
So I called him by his name.
he said, no. You don't call me. Abasa. He said, Abasa. What's the plan? I said, they hear you talk out. So I allowed him and the guy talk.
That time you came to meet us, I don't use prophetic.
Sometimes I say this one, say this one. Say emoji now. You can't dey talk normal.
He say, hey, my brother, now you dey talk. You be Nigeria, I be Nigeria. Talk, who trouble? I don't see some people, because they have money, they can no longer sit with some people in church.
Give me space.
Who are you? One bullet, you are gone. Humble yourself. In fact, the richer you are, the humbler you become. That's how it's supposed to be. God just bless you. That's how you are that. I was told that one footballer, he said, white men ain't tell nobody that. No black can come, and you are a black man. No black can come close to you. For what now? Can you start to the play ball? Say you always play ball. That is a pastor. And who knows? Those people you help maybe it's members. Maybe the one that will not come and say, when you get money that time, you help us. We are more the shout and if you preach, just they preach, will they hear you? The people will like, Safari, they will say, Father! You remember your, give me something. This life is funny. It can turn. When it turn, the only people that can save you are those people that you helped when you were somebody. Am I talking to somebody?
Yes, sir.
How many of you know? Now, as at this point, David had nothing, but we were told that Jonathan loved David so much. It was even Jonathan that helped David escape death. When that young man was doing those things, he was not a prophet. He could not see the future to know that something like this was going to come up later. But the table turned when Saul died. The generation of Saul was wiped out. Even Jonathan was nowhere to be found. But Jonathan had a son called Mephibosheth. Mephibosheth was lame. How did he become lame? There was war in the country. So the mother carried him, trying to escape. And the baby fell. And that was how he broke his leg and he became lame. And David now came out one day and said, is there anybody in this family that I want to help somebody? And the servant said, your friend Jonathan had one son. He said, Jesus, bring the son. What he said, Mephibosheth, the good the father did yesterday. God said, because Jonathan gave me a loan by saving my anointed's life, I have come to repay his generation.
Yes,
How many of you know that when you are gone, your children will remain here?
Yes, sir.
Eh?
Yes, sir.
I was talking to my wife. She lost the uncle. The man is gone. The children are now the ones remaining. What determines the remaining life of the children is going to be a product of the deed the parents did to the family members while he was alive. But he was very rich. I was watching a news on YouTube. I saw how one, was it Congo ex-president was being beaten in abroad. In London. Why? Because when he did that, he said, the beat that day. I see president. Oh yeah, I call your bodyguard. Some Nigerian politicians, when you see them abroad, they are very humble. They sit in a train. But Nigerians, we are good. We will still sit there and we'll just pass. We thought they are evil. Why is that pity him? He's dead when he was in power. Anything you do now is a seed, good or bad. Be careful how you treat people. Because that person you are saying that you are colonizing, God can specialize that person tomorrow. After you are gone from this world, your children will remain. And what they begin to eat is going to be the fruit of your deed. Be good to God and to people so that God can be good to you and your generation. It was Jonathan's deed to David that preserved Mephibosheth. So God repays you through your generation. And number 2, are you following? Yes. Number 2, he repays you with eternity. Somebody shout eternity. Eternity. He repays you in eternity. Matthew 25, verse 35. Quickly bring that up. This is the last point I'm giving. I will pray. Matthew 25. Please, hum the keyboard for me, sir. Matthew 25. Okay, let's start from 31. Please, everyone, can we look at this? You don't have the Bible. From 31. Okay, let's read 1 to go. Everybody. With him, then shall he sit upon the throne of glory. This, the Bible is telling us of how it's going to be on Judgment Day. Okay, 22. 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations, including you. And he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from goats. 33 rather. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but his goats on his left hand. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, the sheep now, come, ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundations of this world. 35. For I was hungry, and you gave me meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. 36. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came unto me. 37. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee and hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and did drink? 38. When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, and naked, and clothed thee? 39. Or when saw we thee sick in the prison, and came unto thee? 40. And the king shall answer, say to them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto the least of these my brethren, the poor men, the poor people, ye have done it unto me. In eternity. He said, because he will divide them. And he will separate the sheep. And he will say to the sheep, when I was hungry, you gave me food. When I was sick, you came to greet me. When I was in prison, you came to greet me. When I was naked, you gave me clothes. He said, and they will ask, when did this thing happen? We didn't see you. And he will say to them, when you were giving food to that man that was hungry, you were actually giving it to them. What does that tell me? Anything you do for or against someone, it reflects on God. Anything you do, if for instance I give a suit, I'm giving Jesus a suit. It will show in heaven that Desmond on so and so day did this to him. So it's anything you do to your fellow man, you are actually doing it to God. Stand up on your feet. You are actually doing it to God. He said, blessed are they. Anytime you give to someone, you are blessed. You are blessed of God. Anytime you give to God, He puts you at His right hand side. Lift your hands above heaven. We're going to take 2 prayer points. Say with me, my Father, my Father.
My Father, my Father.
Help me not to be proud.
Help me not to be proud.
In prosperity.
In prosperity.
Open your mouth and talk to God in prayer.